Broadcasting from an undisclosed location under a farm pond somewhere in the Midwest. Your host is Jim Crowley. This is Slickfish Radio. You have tuned into the right place. You are back for another edition of Slickfish Radio. I am your charming, not that great looking, and somewhat modest host, Jim Crowley. I am so glad you are joining us back here again this week. We have a great show lined up for you. You know, electronics has been the big talk here lately. Everything with forward-facing sonar. Electronics always a talk, always something that somebody wants to talk about. And we're going to do that tonight. We're going to do that with Ryan Kirkpatrick from Precision Sonar about there's a lot of things that company offers. And I thought it would be interesting for all of you to hear what they do, as well as mounting things, as well as with all the other products that their company offers. And going to be a good in-depth conversation about electronics, mounting, everything that they do. So it's be fun. People chiming on already. Donald Haas, good evening. Donald, how are you? There he is. Always good to have you on. Lee Kerr from Big City Fishing. There's Big City himself. Lee, I'm glad you are here. We just had a really pretty woman come on. That is my lovely wife, Rhonda Crowley. She just came in. My number one fan. If you need a fan, if you have a fan, it should be your wife. So thank God that she is here tonight. Very, very happy with that. We are going to look at something right here. Okay, perfect. Good. No, glad you all are joining us tonight. So a couple things to tell you. First and foremost, I want to thank our friends at American Tackle for joining us tonight. Looking forward to having one of them on in the near future to talk about some new products that are coming out in 2024. So it'd be great to have them. Our friends at Explore Lacrosse. We're already talking ice fishing. That great airboat experience that we film every year. Go up and do that, and that is for big monster perch. That is so fun going to the La Crosse region. But if you're looking for a family destination right now with beautiful fall colors, I don't think it gets much prettier than Wisconsin, especially the Cross area. So go check them out at explorelacrosse.com. My friends at Shields, there's just about nothing that you can't find when it relates to the outdoors. Then Pat Bowden just come in, his number 2 fan. That shows you how many friends that I really don't have. Pat's great to have you, buddy. Glad you are here, coming in from Missouri there. We're saying about Shields, just so many things that they offer and so many things in the outdoors. Doesn't matter if it's baseball or football. Obviously, an incredible fishing and hunting section. Shields has it all. Our friends at Cast King. Great deals going on now at Cast King, and as I do at every show, I will put up a 20% discount code for you, and so many of you have taken advantage of that with the new reels and the new rods and the new tackle and everything that Cast King has come out with this year. So again, we are going to show that discount code to you at the end of the show, just so you can take advantage of that. And if you haven't tried anything at Cast King, that would be a great time to do it. Also, our friends at We Are Powered, as we always tell you, by our friends at Dakota Lithium, 11-year warranty, 4 times the tons of power. We had a winner a couple weeks ago win that little power box out there. I've got the Power Box 10, the Power Box 60. That is power safety when you are on the road, and including not only that, but Dakota Lithium, without question, is one of the biggest supporters of our fishing sport. They're one of the great sponsors of BASS right now. So thanks to everybody at Dakota Lithium for doing that and for sticking with us. So let's talk electronics, everything. Let's talk about making your boat look better than you possibly could think. So we are going to bring on friend Ryan Kirkpatrick from Precision Sonar. How you doing, man?
Good, Jim. Thanks for having us on.
Oh, you bet. It looks like you are in one of your offices, and that one happens to have a trolling motor and graphs on it, I'm sure.
That's right. This is the most fun office.
This is the one where you don't have to answer the phone if you don't want to.
That's exactly right.
You know, and we're gonna talk about all the stuff, talking about all the stuff that, or a lot of the stuff that Precision Sonar has. But you're actually having a pretty good year fishing yourself. You came off a big win down there at Kentucky Lake at an event earlier this year, and that went obviously extremely well for you.
Yeah, it went a whole lot better than expected. I went into that tournament not even knowing if I could catch a keeper bass. You know, it was just kind of one of those periods where, I just. You get really down on yourself sometimes, and I was really down. Went into it just hoping to catch a keeper so I could get points, and I couldn't do anything wrong the whole entire day. It was a pretty special day.
Every once in a while, it's nice when I always just tell people, it's one of those days where I could cast backwards, not looking, and you're getting a fish to bite. It doesn't happen, but gosh darn it, we deserve that when it does sometimes. And
oh, absolutely.
And I've had those tournaments where you go, I don't think I stand a prayer today. I'm going to try to get points. And all of a sudden it turns around and you get that momentum on your side and you're unstoppable.
Yep. And I mean, the stars have to align, but when the stars do align, you can't screw it up. You know, and everything just falls into place. That same day, I had a pretty good bag early, and I lost one that was about 5 or 6 pounds, and I was like, yeah, no big deal. It is what it is. Not even mad about it. Reeled my bait in, threw it up right next to the next log, and ended up catching another one about 3.5 that culled like a 2-pounder out. So, it was like that. It was just a picture perfect day. Lose one, next cast, catch another good one, cull up 1.5 pounds, and it was a special day for sure. To win a BFL, a lot of people I feel like don't give it as much credit as it is and as it needs.
It's hard to win one of those. It is.
It is. There's a good group of anglers in every division all across the country. There's stout. It's very stout competition. When
I competed in those years ago, Redman just turned over to the BFLs, and just a place in some of those tournaments in the top. And I finished one year, I think, in the top 4, I think, for Angler of the Year, and went to the regional and everything like that. That was at that time was a great accomplishment for me, because you're right. No matter what division it is, you're going against some pretty serious sticks.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the competition is definitely pretty fierce when it comes to the BFL. And that's something, I consider myself just kind of a consistent guy. I catch, fish and I get around fish and get bites, but I'm not necessarily a guy who wins a whole lot of big tournaments. And honestly, I kind of pride myself in just being consistent.
Sure.
So for me to win a BFL, it really meant a lot to me. It was pretty special. It's definitely nothing that, no big deal. It is a big deal to me. It really meant a lot to me.
Well, putting yourself on the winning side of things is something you've been good at. And I think it was 2019, you said you started working for Precision Sonar, and already these guys have a patented bracket. They have an award-winning bracket. There's more people looking at reviews online. They're amazing about customer service, everything like that. I'm going to read a couple things here. You have a mounting system that fits most boats out there, most consoles, which I was impressive. I looked through the list of so many different boat companies that are working with you, not just you working with them. There's a lot of boat manufacturers that are working with you guys because of the quality and consistency of the product that you guys are putting out there. And that, as a sales manager, has to make you feel pretty darn good.
It is. It's pretty special, to see kind of the people that are using our brackets now and all of our products. It's pretty cool to see. And my biggest thing in life is I want to do something that I'm proud of, something that when I put my name on it, I'm proud of that. And that's something with this company that I could say I've been able to do over the last little over 4 years now. I'm proud of the product that we turn out. I'm not a big salesy type guy. I'm obviously a salesman, but I'm not the stereotypical used car salesman kind of guy. I want to sell you something that I'm proud of, and I know you're going to be proud of too. And that's what we do. All of us there, we really take pride in what we do and the products that we turn out. And, we want everyone to be happy when they get out on the water and, come back to us again when they're ready for an upgrade or they get a new boat.
And that's something that I subscribe to too, is that I've never looked at it as trying to sell somebody something. You can sell somebody something once and they may never come back. Yep. If you fit them with exactly what they need and what they want, then you've done two things. You build a customer relationship, you build trust, and you will have somebody that will rely on you, or even better, rely on you and then tell other people about you because they trusted you with the money that they're spending, and they came back for great quality and great service. I'm going to show a picture here, which I thought, in my opinion, it's one of the cleanest brackets around. This is just a console mount that you guys do, and that actually looks like that came with the boat to me. A great double mount right there. but that is something that you guys can do. I know we're working on something for my boat coming up, and you need measurements, because even if you guys don't have the boat manufacturer that do it, that's something that you can work with, where you guys can design something and fit something, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of the cool part about our business is we actually are kind of two businesses in one. The other side of the company deals a lot with the automotive industry, making checking fixtures for the automotive industry that have to be within so many millimeters for tolerances and everything. A lot more exact,
Hmm.
and so that plays into when we're making custom mounts and everything else. We have the machines and the know-how to be able to make those custom mounts exact. And so, like you and I were discussing measurements and this and that, we could probably get something that was just pretty close,
Hmm.
and it would do the job. But that's not what we're about. We want it to be exact. We want it to be, perfect, and we want you to be proud of it when you've got it on your boat. And like you said, word of mouth is the biggest thing in this industry. I mean, it's such a small industry, and obviously social media is great, all that kind of stuff. But word of mouth is a huge thing in our industry. And I say all the time, our industry is such a old time industry. It's a
Sure,
handshake still means a lot in our
it does.
industry, and that's what we go after. I mean, we're kind of old school in that way. We want to know you when you
Right.
call and you start telling us about fishing, and you live down at Toledo Bend in Texas, and you're telling us about your win last weekend. That's the kind of stuff we enjoy,
Sure.
and we want to have that relationship with each customer.
And that's one of the best things about a lot of the companies I work with, and obviously the same way, is building that relationship is important. Um, and it's important because that's a foundation. That's a foundation for success. And the longer, I heard about you guys, or heard more about you through Drew Gill, and who I have a lot of respect for, a young angler. I've heard him talk at seminars. Obviously seen him out there on the trail, building his name and building his following. And he does things with a lot of respect and a lot of integrity. And so, when I had mentioned something to him about that, he's like, "This is a great company that I really enjoy working with." Well, okay, now you have my attention, because I trust him. I
Exactly.
trust what I've seen, and having good people like that. And then, like I said, just reading the reviews and seeing other things. I want to put up another picture up here, because I really thought this was extremely clean too. And this was the bow mount. You don't even see, that's definitely not the front of my boat, because you don't even see any cables on that one. Everything is in its place at the right thing, and that's what I think is so cool about you guys. Is I'm guessing that by now, or with each boat you work with, you have found, in your guys' opinion, the best way to look at the best for your prospective customer, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, all of our orders for mounts are done over the phone because we want to talk to the customer, like I said,
Mhm.
to get that relationship there. But also, we've been doing this for a while, and we see so many different boats each day. And the biggest thing, with the advancement in electronics, everyone's putting 2 units on the front, 2 units on the console, 3 units up front, two on the console, whatever. A lot of people, they don't know a whole lot about exactly what they need, and that's another big thing with us is we want to talk to you because we want to lay it all out. We want to give you the best picture of what it's going to look like to for our best recommendation, and you can throw in your input and say, well, I like to do this and do that. That's fine. We've got mounts for different situations. I was working with a guy the other day that he said, well, I want to move mine over just a little bit because uh, getting in and out of the boat, I've got a ladder in the front of my boat, and getting in and out gets a little bit difficult. He wanted to have 15-inch units up front, which obviously the bigger the screen, the harder it's going to be to get in and out.
Sure.
But we were able to work with him and shift everything over to kind of be the best of both worlds. He was able to get in and out of the boat pretty easy, and still got to have those 15-inch units up front.
So that's a pretty standard thing that people can do when they call you, and they're looking for something. You probably got, I'm guessing you probably got questions like I gave you the other day. What do you need from me? I think I know what I want, but maybe can you coach me along that, just so, and I was learning stuff as you were talking to me. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to do this. And it's probably going to go further as we get more detailed into the discussion. But that's something you do with everybody, is your expertise. You guys can talk them through things and maybe give them some of that information, where I bet you have those callers that go, well, man, I didn't think about that. And then you can really dial in with what they want. And I'm sure you're doing a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to toot our own horns or, think we're better than anybody, but, we do it on a daily basis. And we're open to anything, whatever you can dream up, we're willing to try and make it happen. But we see it so often, and we love to put in our input, say, hey, well, this really works well with this, or, vice versa, to put that out there, because again, we have done it. And again, our whole entire team, I'm pretty proud of this, because I like to consider myself kind of a hard sell when I go car shopping or whatever. I guys, salesmen come up to me, and I'm like, yeah, that line's not going to work on me, buddy. And I kind of pride myself and our team of not being that way. We're not pushy salesmen. We want to talk to you, know exactly what you want, and get you exactly what you need to make it the most enjoyable time on the water. And again, most people don't get to fish 5 to 7 days a week,
right?
So they only may get to fish 1 or 2 days a month. And you don't want to go out there and have issues on that 1 or 2 days a month. We want to get it set up as good as possible, so that every time you're out on the water, you don't have to worry about anything that we've got going on.
And that's one of the things that I've always said, the more that you get, the more you always have to worry about. And because I've had guys go, why don't you just do the install yourself? That's not an area I'm good at. I'm just not. I'm just not. That's just not, that's something I do. I'd start the engine and one graph would shoot right off the bow of the boat. I'm just telling you, that would happen. So I've always said that if you're going to learn something, a lot of times you're better learning from somebody who knows more than you.
Sure.
And I'm looking forward to this experience, because I want to learn more about this. And at the very least, I'm going to have a place to say, hey, these guys walked me through this. I'm sure they can do this for you, because it's going to make it a lot easier for you. It's going to make your time on the water a lot more productive. You're going to learn how to get the best out of it. And I got to thinking about that when you said that. I have a trick step on the front of my boat. So, maybe I might have to move the front graphs over a little bit more. I don't need 15-inch screens up there, but still, there's going to have to be some consideration about moving some over just a little bit. And those are things that you guys can help people talk through and work through. And talking about that leads me to, forward-facing sonar has been a huge thing lately, right? I mean, and regardless, that there's a certain way to set that up depending on what brand of unit that you have. That is, so you guys are on a continual learning curve, I bet, learning new things and learning what is going to be the best for the mounts that you're going to supply people, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, the way that I fish, I'm not a guy that's huge into forward-facing sonar. I've got the Lowrance Active Target on my boat, and I dabble around with it, but that's just not my kind of deal. But regardless, from a fishing standpoint, I still embrace it. I think it's cool. I think it's just like, playing a video game, and you can really kind of, what you thought about fishing, you didn't actually know, because now you can see what the fish do. But I have to learn constantly, even if I don't want to adapt that into my fishing game. I have to learn that from a work standpoint. Because we get questions all the time about what's the difference in this or that, or whatever. Where do I need this unit? That's the biggest question we get. Which, with our systems, everything's kind of universal. But when people are talking about putting 2 units at the bow, the first question is, well, where's my live scope need to go? Or I think I want my live scope on the bottom or top, or whatever, and we can discuss that. And it's stuff that we've seen, because again, also we're all fishermen.
Sure.
So we're out on the water. Plus, we're setting this stuff up every day. So we definitely learn as we go, and try and stay up to date as much as possible on all of it.
One of the newer products that I've seen out there, and you guys carry that. I've heard a couple scary stories, and thank God that product was there. I'm going to flash this up on the screen real quick, but that is the leash.
Yep.
And for a lot of guys who run, 200, 225 or bigger, those bigger engines, I bet you're starting to see some more people wanting that product, or wanting to know more about it. So if anybody, and this is one of the products that you guys carry, for the people who don't know about this, I think this was a great idea. One of the lower units I lost actually years and years ago, I lost on Barkley. Yeah. And it brings you to a stop, man, and changes your whole entire world. You know, I didn't know something was there, obviously, and nothing bad happened except losing that lower unit. Everybody was fine. But on those big higher powered engines, when you're going 70 miles an hour plus sometimes, why don't you tell people a little bit about that leash and why I think it's starting to become important, especially as the horsepower ratings increase?
Well, yeah. And don't feel bad, Jim. You're not the first person that bought the lower unit in Barkley. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, so the leash is a product that I'm really passionate about it. You know, safety's a big thing. You know, we all go out fishing. It's fun. We go out a lot of times with, you know, people we really care about, whether it's our good friends or kids or wives or whoever. And we owe it to them to be safe out on the water.
Yeah.
You know, especially a lot of the high school and college stuff. You know, I had one of the high school dads said, you know, I need the leash on my boat because I take not only my son, but someone else's son. And, you know, if something happened to my son that I could have prevented, that's on me.
Great point.
You know, but talking to their parents and telling them, hey, something happened to their kid. He's like, there's no way I could have lived with myself if anything were to happen. And so the leash is something that it should be standard on every boat. Every boat needs one. You know, you're going down the lake, even if you know the lake like the back of your hand, especially a lot of the river systems, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Stuff flows in. You could be out in the middle of the river channel or creek channel, and something just floated in, a little bit of chop on the water. You can't see it right underneath the water, and a good day of fishing turns south real quick.
Real quick, and I know you have too, but I've fished the Illinois, the Mississippi, the Ohio rivers. It changes not just year to year when I used to fish tournaments on them. It can change day to day depending on water levels. There are things not there today that weren't there yesterday. That's just how it goes. That's just river fishing. And I am with you. As soon as I saw this product, I was like, you know what, on my next boat or even on this one, that is something that I need. But the higher the horsepower that you go, you know, I've seen the stories and the videos of where the motor ends up on the back deck, you know, and to me, it reminded me of, there's a reason you wear a seatbelt in a car or any vehicle. Yep. This is basically a seatbelt for your engine to keep the darn thing where it is. Yeah. Because if there's a mistake that you didn't make on purpose, if that saves one life or saves you from something that can be catastrophic.
It's the cheapest insurance policy there is.
Yeah. It only takes one bad time. And when I saw that product, I go, there's somebody was thinking. That was a really, really good idea. We're about to take a break. I want to come back and talk some more products and obviously some more information about people can get a hold of you. So as we always say, we will be back in 2.5 minutes, something like that. Hang with us. We're going to continue with Ryan Kirkpatrick right after this. American Tackle is home to the award-winning microwave line control system. Rod blanks to reel seats, ferrules to finish, grips to guides. They are committed to the very best in rod building components. Find out more, americantackle.us. With fishing beyond your expectations, indoor and outdoor activities, a vast variety of places to eat, drink, and stay. Discover your next adventure between the bluffs. ExploreLaCrosse.com. Located in Springfield, Illinois' largest selection of sports and sportswear, hunting, fishing, specialty shops and services, a 65-foot Ferris wheel, 16,000-gallon saltwater aquarium, and industry-leading knowledgeable employees. You don't take chances at Shields, ever. Go to Shields.com. Achieving affordable innovation through novel concepts and in-house ingenious designs. Cascading cost-effective e-commerce practices directly market to consumers, cutting costs by 30% or more on average. Affordable innovation, superior quality. Casking.com. Believing quality is measured by lifespan and harnessing their unique chemistry and engineering know-how. Dakota Lithium lasts 4 times longer, powering your passion with an 11-year warranty. Find out more, DakotaLithium.com.
Slick Fish Radio with Jim Crowley can be seen and heard on Roku, Fire TV, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iTunes.
Okay, Get in here. Yeah, nice fish right there. Hi, I'm Jim Crowley. Make sure you catch my show, Jim Crowley Outdoors, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, exclusively on Wired to Fish TV. Look for Jim Crowley Outdoors on Wired to Fish TV on free ad-supported streaming TV, including Plex, that can be downloaded in the App Store at Apple TV, Roku, Samsung, and others. We are back with Ryan Kirkpatrick. What I knew was going to be a very informative conversation on just electronics and how you can get them mounted correctly. And one of the reasons I wanted to have you on, Ryan, is because with the electronics changing, it's changing more than anything in our sport right now. And having them is one thing. Having them mounted correctly and being able to use them is another thing. And very rarely are things anymore take out of the box and learn. There is a learning curve, and especially with guys my age and older, a lot of the younger generation has grown up with that. We did not. I mean, we say this when we have guests on a lot. I was talking with Bernie Schultz last week, crying out loud. We remember paper graphs and flashers and everything like that, and one mount was it. And now there are so many more ways to get involved with the sport, and because things are evolving so much, and change is good. But what I like is that what this stuff has done is, I've always said that competition breeds a superior product. And with all the stuff that keeps changing, coming out like that, better ways to use it, better ways to mount it, everything like that is going to keep excelling. And companies like yours that are getting ahead of that curve, like I said, you guys are award-winning. You have a patented, because the stuff works. And more and more people are starting to see precision sonar and use their. Like I said, I read online just the reviews and great customer service and things like that. Before we get into a couple more products, what would be the first thing? Say somebody's like, I'm really thinking about these mounts after this. What is the first step? What is the process they need to do to just say, hey, talk to somebody precision sonar, just to get them started? Because a lot of times that's what people are nervous about. How do I start this process?
Yeah. So the easiest thing, and like I said, we're old school in this sense. The easiest thing is give us a call. We're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Central Time, and we want to talk to you. You're not going to be bothering us. We have myself and a few other sales guys that, our job's to sit there and talk with you. And so we want to hear from you. We've got a form that you can fill out online if it's after hours, whatever, and we'll get back with you first thing in the morning. Just give us a call, like I said, though, and we can just sit there and talk about it all. You tell us your make and model, your boat, what units you're thinking, where, or if you've got questions on, what units should I put up there, just kind of still on the fence. We're open to discussing that too, and we can kind of give you our 2 cents. And just like anything, everyone has differing opinions, but we can give you what we know and what we see, and you can kind of do some homework on that and run with it, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
And and you guys have a lot of other products on there too. I was looking at some of the stuff, and I'm like, if you really want to pimp your ride, you guys really want to pimp your ride, so to speak, I love this. And this is the lighting stuff. Yep. And I just thought, what? I don't even know if I would be using that, but that's just something where you go, that'd be so great to have.
Oh, absolutely. So all the rubber light stuff, that's another patented product as well that we actually replaced the whole entire insert on the side of your boat.
Oh, that's cool.
So you pop that insert out and we send you a new insert for your boat. Again, we got to know the year, make, and model because it's custom to that specific boat. And the lights are already machined into that rubber L insert. And we can put as many or as few lights as you want going down the side. So if you really want to light it up, then, let's put a whole bunch in there. And we've got them, kind of our main thing is our night fishing package, which has the UVs going down the side.
Very cool.
It illuminates fluorescent fishing line. And then it's got the moon glow, we call it, on the side that lights up the bank or whatever else as you're going down the lake. That's cool. We also have, red, green, blue lights, you name it. We're all custom, whatever you want to do, we can come up with it for you.
And if you have a 20-foot boat or longer, they have you sign a disclaimer because you could have aircraft landing on there. When I saw those pictures on there, I'm like, that is so cool, man. That is just, if you really want to set it up there, hey, half the battle is being noticed, right? And That's a great way to do it. And you know what? It's a great safety thing too, especially on like a foggy day or something like that. And the cool thing about a lot of stuff that I noticed at Precision Sonar, you can do as much or as little as you want. And there's some great custom products on your website. One other one I want to show, which I think is a flat out good idea, and you can explain this, is the Fish Guardian. I watched that video on the website today, and to be able to have a button that you can press that automatically puts, your G juice or whatever you decide to put in there and shoot it in your live well. And you can even put it on a timer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Just if you want to do that. I don't like having tournaments in the really, really hot summer days, but I will tell you what, this would be another thing to at least, we all know there's some mortality afterwards, but talk about upping the odds of the fish being able to be calm, take less stress off it. And while you're concentrating on fishing all the time, you can have it set up to where it just shoots this into the live well to help those fish out. I bet you've had some interest on that, haven't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And for me, the more stuff like that I can have attached to the boat, the better off I am, because then I don't have to worry about where did I put my G juice?
Right.
Because I forget everything.
100%.
I don't know where. I know where my tackle's at, but everything else is just kind of, I don't know. We got to dig around for it for a minute. And so the more stuff that is actually attached to the boat, I don't have to think about that. I just hit the button or have it on a timer, whatever. So it's just, again, one less thing to have to worry about. The fish are going to be taken care of. And that's something that as this sport grows, and everyone's getting better and better at fishing, we have to take that into serious consideration. We have to take care of our fish. We're not making any more new lakes. These lakes aren't just popping up. I compare it all the time to golf or, whatever. We can make another golf course. We can't make any more new lakes. That's not happening. And we're getting more and more people. So we've got to do a better job taking care of our fish. And that's a really good way is making sure that you've got some sort of live release formula in there. And the Fish Guardian is a great way to store it and to apply it into your live well.
Make no mistake about it, folks. There is more intelligent fishing pressure on our waters today now than there ever has been. And that will continue. These fish will continue to be caught. Listen, I'm the first one to agree that God and Mother Nature will find a way. These fish will adjust to certain things, but they're fish. They don't think, they simply adjust to their environment. They are products of their environment. Anglers will keep getting smarter and smarter with electronics, with different lures, with ways to catch them. It is our job as anglers, in my opinion, so we can have this sport and pass it on to the next generation, to be as smart as we can economically afford to be. And if a product like this makes you feel better about the fish you're releasing, it's obviously going to help. But we're going to have to adjust as anglers too, just to make sure that this resource is passed on. It's such an enjoyable thing. And just from my opinion alone, I've met so many great people over 30 years, all because of a green fish.
Absolutely.
And the thing that we can do moving forward with that is that's why I'm a big advocate of not boat flipping bass and letting them land all over the deck and flip all over the place. I like that MLF does that and has that penalty if they do that. I like that fish have to be released alive, or you get a penalty for that. All that stuff. This is just another step in that progression of making sure we take care of our fish and doing what we best we possibly can to release them to fight another day, to give a memory to another person to continue that sport. I don't. When I saw that on there, I'm like, that's not a reinvention of the wheel. That was a really pretty cool idea. And the only way I saw it is by going to your guys' website, the Fish Guardian, there on Precision Sonar. So with that being said, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, how they can find you guys on social media, because obviously everybody out there, and everybody will see this on Roku, Fire TV, Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify. Obviously, a lot of fishermen out there. You all have boats, or you go. Obviously, you fish with other people do. There's going to be something at Precision Sonar that they have for you. There's a lot of products on that website that can be used. The Johnny Rail is one, which I didn't have a picture. But I thought the Johnny Rail was really cool for senior citizens of being able to more stably get on your bass boat or get on your fishing boat. And I have to talk about that a little bit. I don't have a picture about that, but that is a great product for an elderly angler, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And the Johnny rail, so it goes around the seat pedestal. It serves so many different purposes. First, when you're getting in the boat, stepping off the dock, getting in the boat, it's something to grab onto. Then when you sit down and you start fishing, you're sitting there in the chair. It's something for you to put in between your legs, so that if it's rough or whatever, and you go to fall forward, you've got something to catch yourself on. Then also standing up out of the seat, then you can flip it around, and as you're going from the driver's console up to the front deck, it's again something to grab onto. So something that pretty simple, but serves so many different purposes. It's a pretty cool product. And the greatest thing about fishing is that you can do it, as long as you're physically able to. You can do it your whole entire life. And with products like that, it just extends that just a little bit longer for you.
That's what I was just thinking about. I think I definitely say it extends the time for an aging angler to get out there and feel more stable and feel more comfortable and feel more secure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just great. So folks, go check out Precision Sonar. There are a lot of great products out there and people that are willing to help. We got somebody else commenting on here now. Rick Reed, Rick, I'm gonna put this up here. Our state and wildlife programs do help, but it's a fisherman that makes a big difference, especially with so many new programs of fishermen starting up, high college, new tournament sends up. We need to be heroes in the sport. And Rick, I agree with you 100%. And we all need, you may not be able to change everything all at once, but every person can do their own individual part. And that's why I love seeing products like this, is because this can help add to our enjoyment of sport, the safety of the sport, and in some cases, the longevity of the sport. And I just think it's a great thing. And you guys offer a whole lot of things that can contribute to that. So Ryan, before we let you go, how can people get a hold of you? Where can they find you on social media? Let them have it, man.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook and Instagram. We're trying to get started on TikTok. Like I said, we're still kind of old school, so give us a minute on the TikTok. But check out Precision Sonar on Facebook and Instagram. We try and stay pretty active on there. You can see new products, see different applications of products. Also, our website, it's precisionsonar.com. So you can go on there. You'll see all of our different products. And you can give us a call. Our phone number is 270-703-6133. Fill out a contact form on our website, however you want to do it. We're pretty simple. We're easy to get along with. And if there's something that you don't necessarily see on our website, that's, maybe we don't have something listed for your boat or whatever, give us a call. Shoot us pictures of your boat, whatever. We'd love to see it and see if we can make something work for it. We're all for custom work, and that's something that kind of, like I said, helps set us apart is being able to make your dreams into a reality, essentially. So, just any way of reaching out. We're always on Facebook, Instagram. Give us a call, whatever. We're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and generally on the weekends, I have my phone in my pocket and I've got access to the Facebook and Instagram. And if I see a message come up, I can't help but to reply back pretty quick. So
I'm looking forward to this experience. This is going to be the first time that I've ever done something like this with more, with more mounts and more things like that. So everybody on this show and everybody who follows Facebook and Instagram, I'll be doing pictures and things like that as we progress into next season, showing you some of the work that they've done for me as well. It's going to be a learning curve for me too. I mean, this is going to be some new stuff for me, some new electronics, new ways things being mounted. And you know what? That is David Charges thing. David, thank you. That's very kind. He said, great show again. Thank you, David. Much appreciated. This is one of the cool things about this sport is you never stop learning. And if I learn how to do things better on my boat, or how things should be installed better, or things that I can pass on to all of you or other people, that's what we should all do. That's what we should all strive to do, is to make things better, safer, and more of a learning experience and enjoyable experience for all of us. So, Ryan, I want to thank you for your time, man. That was everything I was hoping it was to be, because now people have a place. They have a definite place where they can go and they can find out about the stuff. We are not in the dark of how do I even start this, for crying out loud. At least now we have the opportunity with Precision Sonar to at least call and talk to a person. For crying out loud, you win an award right there for being able to talk to somebody.
Yep, that's the one thing. I mean, we're all that way. You know, when we call somewhere, we've got a problem. We want to talk to somebody. You know,
Right.
we don't want to sit on hold or go through an automated thing or whatever. We want to talk to somebody, and that's what you'll get with us. If we don't answer, it's because we're on the phone with someone else.
There you
But
go.
we'll call you back too. If we see that you
What?
call, we're going to call you back.
What a novel idea.
Yeah.
What a novel idea. That is great. Wow, great customer service. Respond to an email, respond to a phone call, and actually work together to get something done.
Yeah.
Who would have
Yeah.
thunk it?
I know it.
Who would have thunk it? Man, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, man. I really appreciate your time. I know you're going to be busy. You got a new baby on the way. So
Yep.
with all the best, God bless you and your family. And I'll be talking to you soon. We sure appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks for having me on, Jim. Thanks for everybody coming on and watching us.
That was great. Now we got a place to go. We got a place to go for a lot of this stuff I didn't know about. I'm learning about this stuff myself. I want to do some things to my boat, either this boat or the next one that I have. Regardless, moving forward, I have to have a different setup just because there's more things that I want to do. There's more things that I want to show to the audience on my other show, whether it be 360 or forward-facing sonar or whatever. We've got some new lures in development. There are things that you just have to move forward with and keep up with that progress. And I'm excited about this because this is an area that I don't know a lot about, mounting things and putting extra things on boats like that. And some of the stuff is really, really cool. And I'm excited about it. I am excited to see where that's going to go. And so I will keep you all updated here. So you're gonna see the progress. If you haven't, and I know we got some new people on here tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. As I always say, I wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for all of you, for the new ones coming on, for the ones who consistently coming back. Roku, Fire TV, Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify, Facebook. Those who starting to look at us on Facebook, or excuse me, on YouTube. Thank you for all of that. We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for all of you. I'm very blessed and thankful for all of you for that. And so with that being said, I want to show you the code again, because we always tell you from KastKing specifically, if you go to KastKing.com, anything you're thinking about at KastKing, use that code right there, JC52AFF, and you'll get 20% off anything on the KastKing site. There's a lot to see right there. Okay, so put in that, and you can use that code whenever you want, as often as you want, JC52AFF. Our friends at American Tackle also offer you the same thing. Go to AmericanTackleAnglerProducts.com. Put in the code JCO20. You get 20% off stuff there. Rumor has it we will be getting more discount codes in the future. I don't know exactly when that is. Somebody else commented here. I'm going to put this on there. Rick, thank you. He said, just fished the Children's Therapy Center Bass Tournament. Fished wing dams. Did very well with your video. Thanks, Jim. Rick, God bless you for saying that. Thank you. I'm glad you did. You know what? It's nice of you to say those nice words. I'm glad you did well. That's even better. Awesome. Congratulations. Very, very happy for that. I love that. I love that when people do well. I really, really, truly love that. That is absolutely wonderful. So I want to thank our sponsors one more time. Of course, American Tackle Company. We gave you that great discount code there. They are home to the award-winning microwave guide system. That's what I build all my rods with. More awards in the industry than any other company. 15 industry awards, and they won ICAST this year. How cool is that? My friends over at Explore Lacrosse, we got some cool things we're going to be doing with Explore Lacrosse next year. And you guys who like biking, not only all the fishing and some other tourist stuff we're going to do with them, some biking stuff, a lot of stuff to be doing in the lacrosse area for next season. I can't wait for that. Just absolutely love that area, especially for fishing. Oh, God, it's awesome. Our friends at Shields over there, big supporter of this podcast just about since we got going. Love everybody at Shields over there in Springfield. The most knowledgeable staff in the outdoors. They all fish. It's like the people at Precision Sonar, man. They fish. They know what you're doing, whether you hunt, whether you fish, whether you're riding a bike, whether you like to throw darts. I don't care. There's an expert over at Shields over there, and they will treat you the best that they possibly can to make sure you have everything you need for the sport you enjoy. Our friends over at KastKing, looking forward to another great year with them. Have a great product. So many of you have commented, send me emails that this was the first time you tried KastKing this past year, and you were pleased. You were pleased with their customer service. You were pleased with the quality of their products you were getting. I'm thrilled because, as you all know, after listening to me for all this time, if I don't use it, I'm not going to tell you about it. If I know it works, I'm going to tell you about it. And KastKing flat out works. We are powered, as always, by our friends from Dakota Lithium. So proud to have them on board. They were actually the first company that ever signed on with us here for Slickfish Radio. And great to have Craig Storms on a couple of weeks ago. We had a lot of fun with him. Got some more comments coming in here. If I don't get to all of you, Mike, Mike, I'll just put your name up here. He said, I see in Ryan Kirkpatrick. Awesome, buddy. Well, Mike, thanks for joining us tonight. And I hope you continue to check us out. We are sure glad that you checked in. If you haven't seen, if you want to see more about me, if you liked the show tonight and you had a good time, and I truly hope you did, make sure you just go to jimcrowleyoutdoors.com. That's our webpage. You can find out all about my show, my weekly or my daily show on Wired to Fish TV, as well as more about Slick Fish Radio. You can find out more about us on our YouTube page, on Instagram, on Facebook. But if you want all that stuff, you can easily just go to jimcrowleyoutdoors.com, and there'll be more than enough there. As always, I appreciate all of you joining us tonight. For the standard viewers that are here, as well as the new ones that joined us tonight, God bless you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for spending it with us. Have a great rest of the week.